Cancel.
Squeezy.
Time to go into the Roy's report. Some of you know what's about to come. Mike Bickle contacted accuser for advice about video defending himself in prophetic history. All right, here we go. Facing multiple allegations of clergy sexual abuse, the International House of Prayer Kansas City founder Mike Bickle planned to publish a video last month defending himself in IHOPKC's so-called prophetic history. But before publishing, he reportedly sent a script of the video to Tammy Woods, a woman who days later would go public with her story of how Bickle allegedly sexually abused her beginning when she was 14 years old. We did talk about that letter last week. If you want to know, watch that video with Mike Bickle, please watch. That's the thumbnail. Woods told the Roy's report that Bickle sent her the script on January 31st. She responded in text, "I do not think this will serve your end goal or improve your public opinion poll. It feels like you are missing the forest for the trees. It's charged out there, and I don't think this is what anyone wants to hear from anyone with the last name Bickle." Woods said Bickle texted back, thanking her and saying she had saved him from making a mistake. 5 days later, on February 5th, Woods told her story to the Kansas City Star. On February 6th, Woods said Bickle texted her and again in a call me hand emoji, which she said meant he was free for a call. Bickle reportedly continued, "Just giving an update, no big urgency. Things are quiet for now. So grateful sick for 17. Woods said 17 was code for Proverbs 17:17, which says, "A friend loves at all times." The next day, the Star published Woods' story. Woods said she then sent Bickle a final text and permanently blocked him. Bickle never released the video. He also did not respond to the Roy's report's request for comment. However, on February 14th, Woods said she sent screenshots of Bickle's video script to her sister, who then released the script to former IHOPKC staffer Ben Anderson. Anderson then posted the script on social media, prompting virulent backlash. Some expressed disbelief that Bickle would send the script to an alleged victim. What in the world, one person on X. I wonder if he had to write this again after Tammy Woods' testimony. Would he still write like this? Others, including Anderson, took aim at Bickle for focusing on defending himself in IHOPKC's prophetic history rather than on the pain he caused alleged victims. He makes it clear why he made his statement: because of the pain and burden my family endures, not to express any kind of sorrow for his actions or the pain he has directly caused to countless people, Anderson wrote. And where does this pain come from? The criticism of the prophetic history. It's clear that there's nothing he's more obsessed with than upholding the veracity of his narrative. In the script, Bickle expresses dismay that some are calling into question the prophetic history he taught. According to this history, IHOPKC was founded on a series of prophecies starting in 1982 with a prophecy that God would use Bickle to change the understanding expression of Christianity in one generation. In 1983, Bob Jones reportedly told Bickle that God would use Bickle to lead young adults in a movement to pray for Israel. A couple months later, Bickle said God told him to start 24/7 prayer in the spirit of the Tabernacle of David. If I had the hardness of heart to totally fabricate such a horrible and evil statement as this and repeat it often, then it would lead to believe that I made up the testimonies in our prophetic history. Bickle says in the script, this would be horrific prophetic manipulation. But Bickle asserts our prophetic history is a true God story. It is a true corporate story that is for the benefit of our children and grandchildren. In the script, Bickle's wife Diane agrees, saying, yes, this is a powerful generational story. Bickle adds that he's making a statement now because of the pain and burden that my family endures in continually having to answer the questions to their friends. Did Mike really say that God told him? He adds, I am pained by the intense pressures that my total silence specifically on this issue has caused our natural family and our spiritual family. This false narrative is an assault against our prophetic history that causes much pain and turmoil in our staff by forcing them to answer for it to their family, friends, and supporters. Boldface in original script, it has resulted in significant loss of income to some, and thus it has greatly affected their personal lives. This is not okay with me. Red print in original script. Okay. All right. So Mike Bickle, I hope you're watching this video. I hope last week's video got your attention. I'm here to tell you, you're not sorry for what you did. You're trying to continue being a scam artist. That is what you are trying to do. You are trying to be a scam artist. You're trying to scam artist, and when being a scam artist, you know, you're going to get your money, you're going to get your power, and that's going to make you continue to do this stuff. You're not sorry for what you did. You don't feel bad about what you did. That's the problem people have. You do bad things and then you're not sorry for them. If that's the case with you, you are evil, my friend. You are a bad person. Like, I shouldn't have to explain to you what it means to be a bad person. And if your defense to Mike's prophecies and all his other bullshit is, well, all the prophets in the Bible weren't good people. Like, yeah, they weren't. And most of them were wrong. You only get to hear the ones that were right. You don't get to hear all the prophecies that were wrong, because humans made the Bible. It wasn't like everyone thinks like God possessed someone's body and like wrote all this shit down and then left his body and like, I guess that there we go. We have a story. Like, most things require a little bit more, and especially we're already not translating English Bibles correctly, and God knows how bad other translations of Bibles are. Where in the fact that things were just translated just completely wrong, and at least when someone like tries to prove their point with sermons, like it was kind of a meme where it's just like the Greek, in Greek the word means in the original Greek, and then you try to explain your answer from there, and in a lot of cases, I think with the Bible, I think that is perfectly good. But there's a lot of things that like a lot of humans were like, I'm gonna change some things here, and to better serve my need. Like hell wasn't really a thing until people realized that you could scare people into like hell, and if you don't accept Jesus, you can do that. That gets them into the church. That gets them donating money. That puts money in your pockets. That's that's how it is. Churches are typically made by people who are like narcissist, evil people who want to scam and hurt people, and they like to take advantage of people. It's just a lot of like probably mental health problems from trauma and stuff like that. I mean, that's probably why I stuck with Christianity for as long as I did, because I'm like, yeah, I may be depressed and anxious, but I have God, and so He will always help me through this. I'm like, no, you need to take medicine and also see a therapist. That's how you figure out problems. Not like using the Bible to help with your mental health problems is basically just ignoring the problem. And, you can only ignore a problem for so long. I've been in there many times. You can only avoid a problem for so long and stuff like that. So, do you think Mike Bickle is an actual prophet? No, he is not a prophet. They need to remove that narrative. If the story was, I was on a trip to Egypt, and, I was inspired on that trip to create a 24/7 prayer room, like it wasn't like the David's temple, or the Tabernacle of David. I feel like I want to do that. Like, that's a real passion. I feel like it's a great way to minister and get people to the Lord and stuff like that. Trademark. But you said like God gave me this prophecy, and then the reason why I know you're making up shit with your prophecy is because you used the prophecy to try to force women to sleep with you. Like, that's how I know you're making this shit up. You're making this shit up to take advantage of people. That is what you're doing. And like I said, I think I know a lot of people believe in God and stuff like that. I'm a little on the agnostic side. I don't feel like I'm a full agnostic. I just probably lean a little bit that way. This is just scam artist stuff, and this is stuff that is made to scam you. And so believing people like this doesn't help your case, like doesn't make me want to believe in your God anymore when half of your community is scam artists and horrible people, I'm like, well, no Christian is perfect. I'm like, yeah, but Christians also should know to not sexually assault people. My opinion. Definitely my opinion, but, yeah, Mike, this is just more proof of how bad of a person you are. And until you actually are sorry for this, I think you should probably go to prison for what you're doing. Definitely not be in ministry, and I think it would be good, and I feel like it's a good thing to say to anyone who's a Christian out there to not follow people like Mike Bickle, anyone who's making up prophecies, who's making up shit. Like, if you want to go with like historical data, because I think you should interpret the Bible as, like stories and some history with, lessons involved in it. And, you learn from the lessons, like not the prodigal son. What's the one? The Good Samaritan story, where, you see someone hurting, even though they're technically your enemy, you should help people because that's the right thing to do, And that's why I think where the Bible is valuable and, should still be studied and stuff like that, because, there's a lot of good stories in there. And that's how you should think about it, not this dude. Thank you for watching this clip. Watch it again or watch something